we know this is the last fight of Aldo's contract. Before we get into specifics of who might be next for him, in your heart of hearts, somebody who covers this sport as an insider, his UFC career continues after this, right?
I sure think so, man. I think so because I think that Aldo is a genuine human being. I think he does what he feels in the moment. And I think he would have announced his retirement if he was going to do it tonight. It was just too perfect for him. You know, it was just all laid out for him, you know, and I don't think, certainly he can use this to maybe go bargain and leverage and everything else. I mean, this is the business side of the sport that we like to talk about sometimes, but it's not about that for him. I think that he would have retired and let those people who came out to see him tonight know if it was the last one. I don't think it's the last one.
All right, well, I'll dovetail that next into our Who's Next, brought to you by Cuervo. Names of bantamweights on there. Chael, who sticks out to you as a fight fan who you'd like to see Aldo stand across from?
You came to me first, and I'm going to screw my partner over because I'm stealing what he's about to tell you, which is I don't hate the idea, if O'Malley gets a win over Merab, of throwing Jose in. Now, that came right out of Brett's mouth, but he's right. By the way, I could even give you an example. I could spot you 10 years and give you an example of Dan Henderson on the way out the door taking on Michael Bisping. I mean, when you come back and you do what Jose Aldo did, it really does open things up. And, hey, I'll tell you what, these guys right here you're looking at are not going to be challenging him. They're all hoping, and I think a little bit of me is too, I'm hoping that he does retire. I don't mind seeing the guy go out on top. Not to mention he does have some boxing opportunities, which he appears to want to pursue. Never great to call for a guy's retirement, but there is something special about seeing a guy go out on top.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think Sean O'Malley is a very smart marketing.
I'm sorry, I stole that. That was your idea.
You sure did. I told you before the show started, then I mentioned it on the show.
That's a scummy move by me. You forgive me?
I do forgive you, you know, because I'll find a way to add on to it, and I think it's going to happen. Sean O'Malley is so smart, and Sean O'Malley is going to go into that fight with Merab Dvalishvili, and he's going to start talking about this. He'll start talking about it on his podcast tomorrow morning, man. He is going to be talking about, man, it'd be great to fight a legend in Jose Aldo. You know why? Because it would, and it also means money for him. I know that he would like the opportunity, but it also means dollar signs. And so if he's going to focus on Merab Dvalishvili, as he should, but then they're gonna sit around. We're gonna be wondering what's Jose Aldo's next step. If Sean O'Malley wins, we're gonna get a call out of Jose Aldo, and the UFC is gonna do what it takes to make it happen.
Not to mention the X's and O's. I mean, O'Malley's gonna go play that game with Jose, and the odds makers in Vegas, it's gonna go back and forth.
And for multiple fights ahead for Jose Aldo, we had to wait from UFC 237 to UFC 283 for the Octagon to return to Rio with the pandemic. Now it's an annual event, whether January or May. We know it's going to be back there. So if he wants to talk to his family, circle an event on his calendar for a retirement fight, 12 months from now, it seemed like he had more than 12 months left. Now, there was somebody who Jose Aldo beat not all that long ago who was calling for the rematch, and that is Chito Vera on screen. Let's run it back, Aldo, with 5 question marks. Now, Chito Vera is coming off of a loss himself to Sean O'Malley. What's your interest in that fight in the interim?
I'm not against it at all. And by the way, good for you, Cheeto. And you will be the only one to do that. Now, there is some politics involved here. Let's see if O'Malley does what Brett's predicting, and I think he's pretty likely to do that. But let's also see what Dana White's taste is for this, because it was revealed to us that this was Jose fighting out his contract. I think many people thought he would say, "C'est la vie." Listen, rewind 5 weeks. Chris Weidman did the same double cross. So I'm just sharing, like, guys, you know, you have the right to change your mind in this sport, but then you got to work out a new contract as well. So I think that we're going to have to see where that goes. Can I tell you guys what I'd love to have seen? I'd love to see your idea. I'd love to see him fight for a title. If we could rewind this, he did this at 45. I think there's some real opportunity if he was at 45 to go in with Ilia Topuria. I'm just throwing it out because we're having fun, and it's an idea that I didn't steal from Brett.
Well, he's got options. I mean, Aldo has got options, and one thing, you're smart to bring this up, Phil, is Rio. And they're going to need faces on Rio. They're going to need Brazilian superstars, and right now that's Jose Aldo. So anytime this event comes around on the calendar, that increases Jose Aldo's opportunities to get a big fight. So he is going to have a lot of different things at his disposal, and it should be an interesting 6 months, 7 months to see what his next move is.